building. Shout out to the hottest chat in the MF and game. You already know. Just want to get on here briefly. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm on these roads headed back from church. And I just wanted to talk about the fights that went on last night. The ones that mean something. First off, I want to talk about Virgil Ortiz. Virgil Ortiz went in there and he was able to put in 2 coughs and a sneeze. Once again, he should be ready for his August 3rd fight against Tim Tszyu, because he had 2 fights, right? He had 2 fights since his return at 154. He had 2 fights. I think both fights together totaled about maybe 2 minutes and 3 seconds. I'm thinking 2 minutes and 3 seconds. So shout out to Carlos on deck, man. Salute to you. Mike on deck, I see you. Virgil Ortiz, I think with both rounds combined was like 2 minutes and 3 seconds. So he should be more than ready to go in there with energy and face Tim Tszyu. You know what I'm saying? We should have known that Thomas Delorme really wasn't going to put up a fight. We know that. Let's not fool ourselves. We know that. We know Thomas Delorme. He's pretty much what you call a check fighter. Not a check hook fighter, a check fighter. If you understand what I'm saying. He went in there, understood that he didn't have to go to training camp for this shit. And he was just going to go in there, make weight, and the fight wasn't going to go out past anything. So, shout out to Virgil Ortiz, 21-0, 21 knockouts, dog. That looks impressive. For real, that looks impressive. For real. And you can't knock Virgil Ortiz. His resume is pretty respectable. You know what I'm saying? His resume is pretty respectable. Went in there with Igor Kavalauskas and, Maurice Hooker. He's been in there with some names, man. Now, I can't say he went in there with freaking Thomas Delorme just because Crawford fought him. No, I can't do that. I'd be doing myself an injustice. But shout out to him, man. Shout out to him for going in there. I'm getting a victory. Jojo Diaz, I like you, man. You're a warrior. I don't want to ever put a fighter, in the administrative office to get their paperwork for their retirement, because they don't get DD 214s like I did. But maybe it's time for you to just think of another career, because this is like your 5th loss out of your last 6. That's not cool. You know what I'm saying? That's not cool. We gotta do something else to get Jojo Diaz some employment, teaching fighters, whatever the case may be. You know what I'm saying? Blasting the Ryan Garcia diss track. You funny. You funny. If you bumping that, you know what I'm saying? Hopefully you get an ear infection there, Carlos. You know what I'm saying? If you on a Sunday bumping that after me warning you yesterday, hopefully you get an ear infection. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully you get an ear infection, dog. You know what I'm saying? Ear infections ain't deadly, so don't take it personal. You know what I'm saying? If you freaking listen to that, you should goddamn have an ear infection so bad that you can't even function. You need to go to the doctor and have them check it out. For real. I can't even repeat you any lines verbatim. I don't even have it in my memory. But yeah, Jojo Diaz might be close to retirement, y'all. Unfortunately, he might be close to retirement. Unfortunately, bro. That's unfortunate. But I wish him nothing but the best, man. He was in there fighting, though. Oscar Duarte, he ended up getting another win off that Ryan Garcia loss. He looked tough in there against Jojo Diaz. He looked tough like he was supposed to. So, yeah. Kudos to him, man, for a stellar career. In my opinion, he had some bright moments in his career. He's been in there with some good names. You know what I'm saying? He went in there and got that experience with Gary Russell. You know, so it is what it is. We move on. We move on closer to the day. Dang, they done tore that place down. Finally. There's a lot of places over here, man, where I used to visit as a kid, man. They tore it down. Wow. All these places that's somewhat, you know, considered to be ghetto, you know, back in the day, they tore them down, rebuilt them, bro. For real. I mean, even just on the right, you know, a lot of people lost their lives down here. It's one of those places to the tree line, a huge lot. I guess they about to put some freaking, a developer came down here and finally bought that spot, man. For a long time, they couldn't get no freaking stores to stay open down there. None, you know. Now they about to, you know, break concrete and probably put some apartments, because that's all they building. Every turn, they have apartments down this motherfucker. Everybody's moving down here. And then, you know, it's getting to the point like Cali and New York. It used to be where you can move down here, it's affordable. I mean, to them. But now, you know, unless you got some roommates or you got a damn good job, it's not that affordable no more. These apartments are averaging like 15, 18, 2,000 on up. You know, you stay in a nice area, you're definitely gonna pay 3,000 to 5,000 easy. Not to mention the amenities that you have to pay for and all that shit. So, yeah, it's different. It's different down this bitch, man. But anyway, back to boxing. Shout out to Team Tucker, man. Getting closer to the June card, the June 8th card. You know, you see Electric Boogie get back in the square. You know, in my eyes, the #1 prospect out there. Jahal Tucker's #1 prospect out there. If you're gonna talk about prospects having 11 fights, okay, where he's a prospect then. You know what I'm saying? So that's the #1 prospect. And a lot of dudes will tell you they're the #1 prospect, that he's the #1 prospect, right? But they won't, if they on the list, they're not gonna tell you, because, you know, they're gonna act like, well, that's gonna have people looking at me kind of different. I don't want to really put him out there as being better than me. It ain't saying he's better than you. It's who he's faced in the ring. That's all. It's not saying he's better, because a lot of y'all cats not even in his weight class that's on the prospect list. That's the funny part about it. A lot of y'all not even in his weight class. You have different weight classes up there. So if it's somebody who's willing to just, you know, be humble and say, hey, I give him that. I know I'm on Timothy Bradley's top 5 whatever prospect list, but truth be told, you know, Jahal Tucker should be #1 on the list because this, and this. You know what I'm saying? Who he fought. You know, his performance of the fight. Real talk. But it's all good, though. It's all good. You know what I'm saying? Team Tuck over here. It's almost time for him to step back in the square. But hopefully everybody joined their Sunday, man. Hopefully everybody's enjoying their Sunday. You know, I was just out with moms for a minute. You know, I had to go to church and pray for y'all, man. I had to go to church and pray for y'all. You know, I had to pray that y'all come back down to earth. And while you're here on earth, that you use your mind, because they say mind is a terrible thing to waste, that you use it in the most godly way possible, and don't sit up here and co-sign these sins. That's all. I say, if you can hear me, Father God, please don't let these people think that what they know to be hip-hop just automatically assume that they can just bring something else into it and give it multiple passes and freaking exemption policies and say, yeah, that's hot, that's fighting. It really distorts You know, the ones who really don't know what true hip hop is. You know what I'm saying? So I prayed for y'all today. I didn't get on my knees, but I absolutely prayed for y'all by name. All of you that was in the chat yesterday, you know, causing a ruckus, trolling, talking about Ryan Garcia's diss track was hot. It was hot fire, super hot fire. Well, I was calling it hot trash. You know what I'm saying? Super hot trash. You know what I'm saying? So we're gonna start off clean slate, all right? We're gonna start off with a clean slate. That's what we're gonna do. Clean slate. I'll be back on a little later, man. I just wanted to pop on here, you know, chop it up with y'all for a minute or two or three. And y'all hold it down, be safe. And then, you know, if you go into the evening service, do me a favor. You know, Carlos, Jones, who else was in there? Bud Gonna Stop Canelo. You know, those individuals. If you need to attend the evening church service, okay?